right. Hello, women of wild growth. I'm Bridget Brooks, her empowerment coach. I am so excited to have you guys with us. We have such a powerhouse on with us today. We have Melanie Bartholomew. I got it out right, Melanie. This time I got it out right. And Melanie is going to talk to us how to take our branding from total mess to hell yes. So, Melanie, introduce yourself to my audience.
Thank you for having me. So I am the founder of the Digital Touch. And so what I do is I help female entrepreneurs really align with their branding. And so really making sure that they are aligned with it, they feel good about their branding and where it's at, because if they're aligned with it, they are going to be able to talk about their business and their services easier and show up easier. And so when we have their aligned branding, we put that into their website. And so their website is going to have their brand with their clear messaging and take those dream clients that land on their website from a journey from like, who's this to, yes, I need to work with this person. So with branding and website, everything is aligned and it all works together. And so that's what I do.
I love that. So you said a few times aligned, right? And I feel like that's the word for 2025 is alignment, right? But why is having clear and aligned brand so important for business owners?
That is a good question. It is so hard to show up as someone else. Like, I've done that for 6 years and I would get burnt out. That's what happens when you're trying to, it just takes so much more energy to try and be like someone else, trying to show up like someone else, trying to run your business like someone tells you you should run it instead of the way that feels aligned with you. So that when you truly feel aligned with your branding and your messaging, it is so easy to talk about, to sell, and having that clarity means that your dream clients are going to have that clarity too. Because if you know and understand and believe what you are talking about, they're going to believe it as well.
100%, 100%. And here's the thing is I think that as early entrepreneurs, every single one of us is seeking like our identity as an entrepreneur, right? And we look to our mentors, we look to our coaches, we look to unfortunately social media of what that's supposed to look like. So it's so easy for that identity really to get lost. So I love that you really touched on that. And what are some common mistakes that entrepreneurs make with their online presence that you see that really takes away that clarity and that alignment from their branding?
Yeah, so I think a big one is people use their website as like a business card.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't really have any real meaning to it. It doesn't really take them on a journey. It just has stuff on it. And you're really missing out that way because you're not getting clients from it. So that's a big mistake that I see. And then a lot of website designers really focus on the aesthetics of the website. Like, anyone can make a pretty website, right? But it does not matter if there's no strategy, if your messaging doesn't align. And so really it takes two pieces, the design and the messaging to really work together to make it strategic and actually work. And then yeah, having unclear messaging really really does you a disservice, because it can, if you're confused putting it down on your website or your social media, the your viewers and your audience are going to be confused as well. And so having a very clear message, having a website that um, really helps bring their dream clients through a flow of, working with you and having it look good as well as work good. Those are three things that people struggle with.
100%. I can't agree more. And for our women of wild growth, what is like one piece of advice that you can give them that maybe if they feel like their brand doesn't really reflect like their true essence of who they are, it's more of this is what's in the marketplace, so this is what I feel like I have to have.
Yeah, I did that for a very long time, and you're gonna burn out. Um, if you keep doing that, if you are like, Like this is like that's what I did. I was like, this person is successful on social media, like, or in their business and their website design business or marketing or whatever you're doing. You're gonna be like, yeah, I need to do that too. My website needs to look like that. My social media needs to look like that. My colors need to look like this. I need to sound like this on social media. You're gonna burn out because it's not you. And so having that clarity in who you are, what your services are, how you offer them, is just going to help you feel more aligned with your business and it's actually going to help it grow.
I I can't agree more. Like, the more comfortable you can feel with yourself, the more comfortable you can feel in your business, the easier it is to convey your message and the transformational growth, right? That's really that everybody's looking for when they go and seek services, when they seek a coach, when they seek anything. It's that growth, whether it's business growth, personal growth, whatever. So I love, love, love that. I can't agree with you more on that. Now, what are the three most important elements for an entrepreneur that they should include on their website? Because you said at the beginning, so often we use our websites like business cards, right? So, what are those three that we can be like, hey, these are what we need to have there?
Yeah, for sure. So I would say call out who you're helping. Like name them, tell them like, hey, you're in the right place because you are who I help. So clear
Ooh,
messaging
yes,
on who you help and what you help them do so that they
100%.
instantly feel like they know, yes, they can help me with my problem because they just said it. And then have like a call to action button so that they know, okay, so this person is here to help me with my problem and this is what I need to do next. So those are three things you really need to focus on your website. The very first thing people should see is are those three things.
I love it. I can't agree more. And in fact, in our coaching, we call the call out the dog whistle, right? We call that. I mean, if you think about a dog whistle, it's only heard by dogs. There's nobody else that can hear it. And that's why we call this call out our dog whistle, because we only want it to be heard by our dream clients that are ready to say yes and ready to um purchase the services we offer. So I absolutely love that. And with that, like, there's so many ways that we can convert our dream client, right? We talked about the three things that need to be on the website, but what strategies can business owners use that can create a website that not only attracts those dream clients and converts those dream clients? Because you told us those three things we need to have, but what, aside from those three things, how do we attract them? And then how do we actually like push away the people we don't want?
I would say just be 100% you and show them that you understand their problem. Because if they go to someone, they're not gonna be like, oh, I think that they understand me, so maybe I could work with them. No, they're gonna look for you to know that you understand them. And so relate to them, being yourself, because if you're trying to be someone else, you're gonna attract people who you may not want to work with. So if
Oh,
you
can we
attract
just talk
people,
about that for a minute? Like, when you are not yourself, the clients that you attract to your business are the hardest clients to work with because
Mhm.
you're not being yourself. You're putting out ultimately, and I'll just say it, a false expectation, right? Because you're not being yourself, you're not being authentic, you're not being translucent. And these people are coming to you expecting this person who you're really not. And it
Right.
is, you want to talk about devastation in your business? That's a good way to do it.
Yes, exactly. Like someone, if they don't like you, they're going to leave. And that's fine. You want those people to leave because you don't want to work with someone who you're not going to vibe with. So, being your true authentic self and showing them that you really understand them and how to help them really attracts the people who you want to work with. And then guide them through like how they're going to work with you. Like I got an email this yesterday morning and oh my gosh, I was like, this is perfect. I need this. But then it didn't tell me like what to do. And so I'm like, I went through a couple emails back too, trying to figure out, okay, how do I book a call? How do I purchase this program? I couldn't find anything. So it's like, make sure that you know that you are telling your dream client what to do next and how to work with you.
So I was saying, I'm guilty of it with social media, right? Like I'll put up my post on my offers about social media and not have the link to where to purchase it. And I've done that even this week. So it's not like these things are things that like, oh, it's die hard. You can't run a business if you don't do it. It's just best practices for highest conversion.
Hmm. Yep, exactly. If you want clients, you got to tell them what to do, how to book
Agreed.
a call, how to purchase. Yeah.
All right. So if someone's just starting out, what advice would you give them when it comes to building their brand and building their presence?
I would say definitely focus on clarity in your messaging and your services and connecting with your dream clients by being your authentic self and having your messaging on your social media, your email, your website all sound the same and cohesive as you so that they can feel your personality come through every aspect of your business.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And, with talking about the branding, you've been doing this how many years?
About a little over 6 years.
Years, 6 years. So you've seen like the gauntlet because I can tell you the digital world changed after 2020. Like without a doubt, the digital world completely changed. So, can you share with us one of your success stories of one of your clients' success stories from using your branding services?
Yeah, sure. So one of the first things that I do with my clients is it's called the brand catalyst, and that is a deep dive interview. Well, I ask like so many questions that you walk away thinking, "Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that," and I walk away from it thinking, "I know your business more than I know mine." Like it
I
goes so
love that.
deep. And after that process, a client came to me and she was like, "I have 5 different services, and I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to show them to the world." And so I took like her ideas and her services and we all blanketed into one herself. Like they were completely different services. Like one was a nonprofit and one was like coaching. So I'm like, we can umbrella these as you. Like you don't have to have 5 different businesses. You don't have to do that. It can all be you as one person. And then we took that, we branded her umbrellaed her services and then put those into a website so that each service had their own page, so that was very clear. It took her dream clients on a journey from like, okay, they land on their website, this is what I want. Okay, it takes them to that page where it really tells them about their services and how it's going to help them, and it really takes them on a journey from what am I going to do? How is she going to help me to, yes, this is my person. This is what I'm going to do. So she went from being super confused, having a hot mess everywhere, to everything organized. And her dream clients can now easily find her services and how they want to work with her.
I love that. And there's one thing that you touched on there that I think we should really circle back on and magnifying, and that's the brand journey, right? There's not just the brand journey, but the consumer journey too, because both of those have to take place in order for a conversion to happen. And for me, like coming from the ads world, right? Being an ad specialist, you have to move your consumer through the sales funnel using your avatar journey, else you don't get the conversion, right? So let's
Right.
talk a little bit about that journey and what that looks like for a brand.
Yeah. So I think that a lot of people think of branding as colors and logo. But I
Yeah,
mean, that's what people see. But there's so much more to branding than just the colors. There's messaging, there's your tone of voice, there's your values, there's your style, there's so many aspects that play into it that when you get them all figured out with clarity and put them in, that really helps you talk about your services, talk about your business in a way that connects with your dream clients, and it takes them from like becoming like finding you on social media or landing on your website and being like, I don't know who this is, to okay, I like her, she knows what she's talking about, she knows her stuff, and so now I want to work with her because she understands my problem, she understands and how to help me. And so all of that is really found when you have clarity in your branding.
Yes, there it is again. That word, clarity. Guys, I think the three main words that we can take away from this podcast in particular is authority, clarity, and what would be the third one? Authority, clarity, and there's one that we were touching on a lot too.
Was it alignment?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Oh,
clarity, authenticity, and alignment. I feel like that is like the pie of personal branding.
exactly, 100%.
Awesome. Well, Melanie, I can't thank you enough for spending your time sharing your knowledge with the Women of Wild Growth today and our podcast and audience listeners. If someone wants to take their brand from hot mess to hell yes, like we will be with you at Wild Growth for Women, tell them how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, so they can either find me on Instagram because I live on Instagram at the.digitaltouch or my website at thedigitaltouch.co.
I love that. And ladies, for Wild Growth, we are so thankful to have Melanie here. We're so thankful for each one of you ladies that come and share your knowledge with us every Thursday. Don't forget, every Friday is our networking call, and this March will be our live event. That's all we have today. Bye.